Hey guys, real quick, before we jump into today's video, I wanted to talk to you about Sleeper. I know this is an NBA video, but they have a free Jaden Daniels squared 0.5 passing yards for Thursday Night Football tonight. Go ahead and check it out. They also have an unbelievable deposit match going on right now, up to $1,500, the biggest they've ever done. Go ahead and check out Sleeper with the link down below. I'll also put it over on the Guy Boston Sports site with the final plays for today's video. All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday, November 14th. We have just one NBA slate to dive into in today's video. We're going to go through this game. I'll give you my lean on the side. I'll give you my lean on the total. We'll talk about a couple player prop spots that I'm liking in this game as well. But all of my final plays, there's not going to be many of them today, but all of my final plays will be over on GuyBostonSports.com. I'll direct you over there with the pinned comments, so make sure to keep an eye on that. In terms of how we did yesterday, we were one Jared Allen bucket away from a 3-0 sweep. We'll take the 2-1 night. It wasn't the biggest of nights because the Timberwolves first quarter did cash, but we only had a half unit on that one. And then Vucevic 15 plus and Mikal Bridges, that one smacked there. But that Jared Allen one, full unit for plus 100. He finishes just shy with 11 points. So that was an absolute bummer. But you know what? We're not going to cry over a 2-1 night. One thing that we did, so we missed out on the Jared Allen one, but we cashed the ride of the day here. Portland team total under 106.5 coming in from Sports Cy Jacob. They finished with 106. So we lose the Jared Allen one, but this one just squeaks by and cashes there, so we shall take it. If you guys don't know what the ride of the day is, it is very simple. Just use that hashtag ride of the day in the comments or ROTD. Give me your favorite play. I jump on board with one person's pick each and every video. If you win, well, I'll give you a shout out in the next video, no matter if you win or lose. If you win, we continue to ride with your plays. I also shout you out over on my Twitter here at FGuyBoston. If you win, we continue to ride with your plays. If you lose, we got to talk about it. We drop the soundboard, womp womp, but nonetheless, you still do get the shout out. Jacob, you're unfortunately in a tough position here today with just one game. So yeah, let's see if you can work your magic like you did yesterday. Like I said, if you cash, we continue to ride with the ride of the day. So we're looking for Jacob's play today, but definitely go and get your plays in the comments for two reasons. One, that's helping out other people that are looking for plays. And two, if we have the current ride of the day, winner that doesn't get a pick in on time, we have to jump to someone else. And by the way, it's got to be inside minus 150 in terms of odds to qualify. But let's go ahead and dive into this one game here. We got Utah taking on Dallas. The total sitting at 231. I want to start there. This is a spot in which we saw both of these teams play earlier this season, and it wasn't all that much of a shootout. It was 110 to 102. Dallas shot terribly from three, so that might be why we're looking at a low score here in terms of what we saw last time. Utah, 37% from the field, 29 from three in that meeting as well. One thing I will say is Dallas was playing a lot better defense at that time, and obviously they suppressed an offense like Utah that isn't all the best in the first place. Right now, Utah on the season, the third worst offense in terms of offensive efficiency. Now, I don't think Dallas's offense has slowed down or will slow down, but what I will say is neither one of these teams, I already mentioned it, Dallas kind of slowed down defensively. Utah is not a very good defense. We have the 11th pace team. We have the 7th pace team, Dallas and Utah. I do think that an over is in play here. Maybe it's what I've been rolling with and been loving, the team total overlook. So maybe we look at a Dallas team total as the main play in this one, because I think 231 is a high number, but again, that defense has kind of tailed off a little bit, and we can look at Dallas over, I guess, 119.5 for decent money for them to go out there and score 120. It's a big number, though, so that's probably where I'd go with the total. I don't really want to consider an under just because of where the defenses lie as of right now, but overall, I really, you might be misled by looking at last game being like, whoa, they stayed way under. Dallas was playing a lot better defense. I guess you could say Utah was as well. So I will lean over or Dallas team total over, but it's not exactly my favorite spot in this game. That's why we started with it, just to kind of get it out of the way. Where I would look here is a potential peek at Dallas on the first half with this spread. That 9 is a big number right now. If you are just looking at Dallas, you can get them, well, obviously with half of that in terms of a spread in the first half. You can look at them minus 4.5 for decent odds, and I think that makes a lot more sense. This is a Dallas team that's obviously been playing well in terms of where they're coming into this game, coming off a loss to Golden State, coming off a close loss to Denver, coming off a close loss to Phoenix. Like, this team literally has lost their last 3 games by a combined, I think it's like 7 points, or it's 6 or 7 points, something like that. But if you look at them in the first half, okay, okay, the Suns in the first half, right? They got beat. But then you look at Denver. Well, they look really good in the first half as well there. I think they won that first half against Denver, right, by like 3 points. And then even against Golden State, they won that first half. So this team is playing really well, but they're not putting together that 48 minutes. They've been losing games in the second half. So I like the idea of Dallas winning by 5 points in the first half in this game, assuming they're healthy. I should have mentioned Luka is listed as probable, but he is on the injury report here. One thing that Utah does really well is, so far this year, kind of surprisingly here, is not allow many points in the paint. 38.4% field goal percentage against in the paint. That's good for the 8th best in the entire league in terms of fewest field goal percentage. Dallas does shoot a lot in the paint. Right now, 6th highest frequency in the entire league per game, but no Walker Kessler for Utah. He is out. So I think that's a big piece there as well, having that big stiff in the paint that prevents guys from scoring, right? So I think that Dallas could have some easy buckets there. So I'll lean towards Dallas. I guess I'll lean minus the 9. I think that's just a little bit too much based on how we've seen them play for the full games, but I really do like Dallas minus 4.5 in the first half. If I play the spread, that's probably how I would do it. And then in terms of the total, I'd lean over, but it's not exactly the sexiest play in my mind. If we flip it over to some player props here, by the way, guys, this is Outlier. I'll put a link down below as well. You get a week free with that link. You don't need a code, just use the link. This is my favorite research tool when it comes to looking into player props and whatnot. A week free, then it's $19.99 per month afterwards, which is an unbelievable price anyways. You cash a couple plays with this, the thing pays for itself. But let's look at this. Kyrie Irving over 29.5 points plus assist. Last time they played, he had 32. In fact, the last 2 times he's played this team, he's had 32 exactly. On the year, he's hitting 6 of 11, 8.5 potential assists, and he's shooting the ball nearly 18 times per game. So if we get a Kyrie Irving that his line right now is at 24, and I'm looking at his points plus assists, right, he's only going to really need 5 assists at the bare minimum to go out there and cash this. And from an assist perspective, his line is 5.5 for plus money. So I think that he can go out there and cash his assist line, but I'd rather a 4.5 assist line, right? But look at what we're sitting at. -1. What is it? Yeah, it's only available on Prize Picks there. So way to work that, and I do think it's a points plus assist spot. I think he has enough potential assists, and he had the most potential assists of the season. This 15 right here is when he played against Utah. And look, shooting guards against Utah, second worst in terms of points, second worst in terms of assists allowed. So I like his spot here as well. Second player prop we'll look at is Daniel Gafford over 9.5 points. You can get it at 10.5 as well for way better odds. -155, a little bit juicy, but look at this. FanDuel, -155, Caesars, -265. Now, like I mentioned, Utah's been decent at stopping points in the paint, but now it's John Collins and Lauri Markkanen down there, not big old Walker Kessler. And he's cashed this in 4 straight games. Last time he played Utah, he only had 9, but 3 previous time he was able to cash 2 of those with Dallas. And I like the fact that he's been playing a decent amount of minutes here, right? Look at what he's been playing in the last few games. Now, Derek Lively should be back and playing, and if he doesn't, then this looks even better. But even still, for Daniel Gafford to go out there and score 10 points, I don't mind. Like, he literally has been demolishing this. And just with Lively coming back, we can even look at with player. It's another really cool thing that they have with Lively back, right? He still has cashed it in 3 of his last 4 games with Lively on the floor. So, yes, the minutes might not look as sexy, right? Like 20, like without Lively, he's been playing tons of minutes, but I still don't believe that this is a tough spot. Yeah, this is without Lively, 23, 34. So, obviously the minutes get affected, but really the hit rate wasn't all that impaired. So, give me Daniel Gafford over 9.5 points as well. And guys, it's a quick one today. That is going to do it. Obviously, just one game. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment 8. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and check out Sleeper, check out Outlier, and we'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.